The homework was spread across the kitchen table like a colorful puzzle. Math worksheets, reading assignments, art projects, all completed in the careful handwriting of a 9-year-old trying her best. But when Ellen asked Sofia Chen, who helped her with homework, her answer broke hearts across the studio. "Nobody, I do it alone." Sofia Chen, 9, sat in the interview chair wearing a school uniform that was clean but slightly wrinkled, her backpack at her feet like a faithful companion. Her teacher had nominated her for Ellen's Outstanding Students segment, praising her dedication and remarkable independence in completing all her assignments despite difficult circumstances at home. What looked like academic excellence was actually survival. The Ellen DeGeneres Show had invited Sofia during their Education Heroes Week to celebrate students who showed exceptional commitment to learning. Her story had touched producers, a 4th grader who never missed homework, helped younger students, and maintained perfect attendance despite facing challenges that would overwhelm most adults. She was exactly the kind of inspiring student story Ellen loved to highlight. What the producers didn't fully understand was that Sofia's dedication to school wasn't just about education, it was about escape. School was the only place where she felt safe, supported, and normal. At home, she lived with a father who had been drowning his grief in alcohol for 2 years, leaving his 9-year-old daughter to raise herself in the aftermath of unimaginable loss. Sofia's mother, Maria, had died in a car accident when Sofia was 7 years old. The impact had shattered their family in ways that went far beyond the obvious loss. David Chen had been a devoted husband and father, but losing his wife had broken something fundamental inside him. Unable to process his grief or care for his daughter properly, he had retreated into a bottle, leaving Sofia to navigate childhood completely alone. "Sofia," Ellen began gently, settling into the chair across from this remarkably composed little girl. "Your teacher tells me you're an amazing student." Sofia smiled shyly, her hands folded neatly in her lap. "I try to do my best in school." Ellen felt moved by Sofia's maturity. "What's your favorite subject?" "Reading," Sofia said without hesitation. "Books take me to different places." Ellen sensed there was deeper meaning behind that answer. "Where do you like to go when you read?" "Anywhere that's not home," Sofia said quietly. Ellen realized they might be approaching sensitive territory. "Sofia, tell me about doing homework. Who helps you when you get stuck?" Sofia was quiet for a moment, her small fingers twisting together. "Nobody. I do it alone." Ellen felt her chest tighten. "What do you mean, alone?" "I sit at the kitchen table after school and figure it out by myself," Sofia explained. "Sometimes I ask my neighbor Mrs. Rodriguez if I really can't understand something." Ellen was processing the implications of what Sofia was telling her. "Where is your dad when you're doing homework?" Sofia looked down at her hands. "He's usually sleeping or watching TV." Ellen realized there was much more to Sofia's story. "Does he help you with anything at school?" "He tries," Sofia said loyally. "But he's very sad since Mama died." Ellen felt tears forming as she understood what Sofia was really saying. "How long ago did your mama die?" 2 years, 3 months, and 16 days, Sofia said with heartbreaking precision. Ellen was amazed by Sofia's exact memory of her loss. "You remember exactly." "I count every day," Sofia said simply. "Mama said I should always remember important things." Ellen felt overwhelmed by this child's burden. "Sofia, what's a typical day like for you?" "I wake up at 6:30 and make myself breakfast," Sofia began matter-of-factly. "I pack my lunch and walk to school. After school, I come home and do my homework." "What about dinner?" "I make sandwiches or heat up soup," Sofia said. "Papa doesn't eat much anymore." Ellen realized Sofia was essentially raising herself. "Who makes sure you get to bed on time?" "I have an alarm clock," Sofia said proudly. "Mama taught me how to use it before she went to heaven." Ellen was struggling to maintain her composure. "Sofia, do you ever feel scared or lonely?" "Sometimes," Sofia admitted. "But I pretend Mama is helping me with my homework. I ask her questions out loud and try to think what she would say." Ellen felt her heart breaking for this brave little girl. What kind of things would Mama say? That I'm smart and strong, Sofia said with a small smile. That she's proud of me for taking care of myself. Ellen realized Sofia was carrying an impossible burden for a 9-year-old. What's the hardest part about doing everything alone? Math, Sofia said seriously. Mama was really good at math. I have to try the problems lots of times before I understand. Ellen felt moved by Sofia's determination. But you always figure it out? I have to, Sofia said. If I don't do well in school, they might take me away from Papa. Ellen realized Sofia was living in fear of losing the only parent she had left. Who told you that? Mrs. Rodriguez said sometimes when daddies are too sad to take care of their children, other people have to help, Sofia explained. Ellen felt the weight of Sofia's adult-level fears. Is that scary for you? Very scary, Sofia whispered. I don't want to leave Papa. He needs me. Ellen realized this child believed she was responsible for her grieving father. Sofia, what do you do to take care of Papa? I make sure he eats something every day, Sofia said. I put blankets on him when he falls asleep on the couch. I don't ask him for help so he doesn't feel bad. Ellen was crying now, not bothering to hide her tears. That's a lot of responsibility for someone your age. Mama always said families take care of each other, Sofia said. Now it's just me and Papa, so I have to take care of both of us. Ellen made a decision that felt both necessary and urgent. Sofia, your teacher Mrs. Martinez is here today. She wanted to talk to us about you. Sofia's eyes lit up. Mrs. Martinez is here? Ellen gestured toward the wings. Would you like her to come out? Mrs. Martinez, a warm woman in her 40s, emerged from backstage with tears already in her eyes. She immediately approached Sofia with the gentle concern of someone who had been watching this child struggle for months. Hi, sweetheart, Mrs. Martinez said, kneeling beside Sofia's chair. How are you doing? I'm good, Sofia said automatically. Did I do something wrong? I turned in all my homework this week. Mrs. Martinez's heart broke at Sofia's immediate worry about school performance. You're not in trouble. You never do anything wrong. I'm here because I'm worried about you. Ellen watched this interaction with growing concern. Mrs. Martinez, what have you observed about Sofia? Sofia is the most responsible, hard-working student I've ever taught, Mrs. Martinez began. But she's also carrying burdens that no 9-year-old should have to carry. Sofia looked confused. What do you mean? Sweetheart, you come to school every day with perfect homework, but you're exhausted, Mrs. Martinez explained gently. You fall asleep during reading time. You eat lunch by yourself because you're finishing assignments you couldn't complete at home. Ellen realized the full extent of Sofia's struggle. What else have you noticed? She never asks for help, even when she clearly needs it, Mrs. Martinez continued. Last week, she had a fever, but begged me not to call her father because she said he was having a hard day. Sofia was getting upset. Papa was really sad that day. I didn't want to bother him. Ellen felt sick thinking about this child suffering alone. Sofia, when you're sick, who takes care of you? I take care of myself, Sofia said. I know where the medicine is, and I can make soup. Mrs. Martinez looked at Ellen with desperation. This has been going on for months. Sofia is essentially raising herself while trying to care for a parent who isn't functioning. Ellen made another decision. I think we need to talk to your papa. Is that okay? Sofia's face showed fear. He's not in trouble, is he? He's just really sad about Mama. He's not in trouble, Ellen assured her. But families need help sometimes, and that's okay. Ellen gestured toward the wings again. David, would you like to join us? David Chen, 41, emerged from backstage, looking like a man who had aged a decade in 2 years. His clothes were rumpled, his eyes were red, and he moved with the unsteady gait of someone who hadn't been completely sober in months. When he saw Sofia, his face crumpled with shame. Papa, Sofia said, jumping up to hug him. You came to see me on Ellen. David held his daughter, and Ellen could see the love between them, despite his obvious struggles. Hi, baby girl. Are you being good? I'm always good, Papa, Sofia said. I did all my homework this week, and I helped Maria with her reading. David looked at Ellen with embarrassment. I'm sorry. I know I should be. I should be better for her. Ellen felt compassion for this broken man. David, we're not here to judge you. We're here because Sofia needs help, and so do you. I know she does everything herself, David said, tears flowing freely. I know I'm failing her. I can't seem to function without Maria. Sofia looked up at her father with concern. Papa, don't cry. It's okay. Ellen realized this child was comforting her parent instead of the other way around. David, when was the last time you helped Sofia with homework? I can't remember, David admitted. She's so smart, she doesn't need my help. But she's 9 years old, Ellen said gently. She needs guidance, support, someone to make sure she's eating properly and getting enough sleep. Mrs. Martinez spoke up. Sofia comes to school hungry sometimes. She makes her own lunch, but often it's just crackers or whatever she can find. David was sobbing now. I'm destroying her childhood. Just like Maria's death destroyed mine. Sofia climbed into her father's lap. Papa, I don't mind taking care of myself. I just want you to be happy again. Ellen felt overwhelmed by this child's selflessness. Sofia, you shouldn't have to take care of yourself. That's what parents are for. But Papa is too sad, Sofia said matter-of-factly. When people are sad, they can't do normal things. Ellen made an announcement that felt like a lifeline. David, Sofia. The Ellen Show wants to help your family heal. David looked up with confusion. How? We've arranged for grief counseling for both of you, Ellen explained. And we're connecting you with family support services to help you rebuild your life together. Sofia looked worried. Will they take me away from Papa? No, sweetheart. Ellen said firmly. They're going to help Papa learn how to take care of you again, and help you learn how to be a kid instead of a parent. Dr. Sarah Williams, a family therapist, joined them on stage. David, what you're experiencing is complicated grief. It's treatable, but you need professional help. David wiped his eyes. I want to be a good father. I just don't know how to live without Maria. You don't have to stop missing Maria, Dr. Williams explained, but you can learn to function and parent while you grieve. Ellen turned to Sofia. And you, sweetheart, are going to learn that it's okay to ask for help with homework. Really? Sofia asked with wonder. Really, Ellen confirmed. Kids are supposed to get help with hard things. Ellen made one more announcement. We're also providing tutoring support for Sofia and connecting your family with community resources for groceries and household help. Sofia looked at Ellen with amazement. Someone will help me with math. Someone will help you with everything, Ellen promised. The episode aired 1 month later, after David had begun intensive therapy and the family had started receiving support services. The response was overwhelming, with thousands of viewers sharing their own stories of children caring for grieving parents. David entered an outpatient treatment program for depression and alcoholism. With professional help, he began to emerge from his grief, enough to function as Sofia's father again. It was slow progress, but it was progress. Sofia started spending time with a tutor 3 times a week, finally getting the academic support she needed. More importantly, she began to understand that asking for help wasn't weakness, it was normal. 6 months later, they returned to Ellen's show. David looked like a different man, clear-eyed, present, and actively engaged with his daughter. Sofia still carried herself with unusual maturity for a 9-year-old, but there was a lightness in her that hadn't been there before. How are things now? Ellen asked. Better, Sofia said. Papa helps me with homework now, and we eat dinner together every night. David nodded. I'm learning that grief doesn't honor Maria if it hurts Sofia. Maria would want me to be the father Sofia deserves. Ellen felt moved by their progress. What's been the biggest change? I'm not scared anymore, Sofia said. I know Papa isn't going to disappear, and I know people will help us if we need it. Ellen kept a photo from that follow-up show. David and Sofia working on homework together at a kitchen table, both of them smiling. It reminded her that some families can rebuild from devastating loss if they get the right support at the right time. Because Sofia learned that children shouldn't have to raise themselves, no matter how capable they are, that asking for help is a skill, not a weakness, and that families can heal from even the deepest grief if they're willing to accept help and do the hard work of recovery. David learned that loving his wife's memory didn't mean abandoning his daughter's future, that grief can coexist with joy, and that being a good father to Sofia was the best way to honor Maria's legacy. Sofia Chen had been doing her homework alone for 2 years, but she never had to do it alone again. Sometimes the most important lesson isn't in any textbook, it's learning that no one has to carry impossible burdens by themselves, especially when they're only 9 years old.